I
I
didn't
mean,
see any. I didn't see any phenomenal thing that Marcelo did for Brazil. I don't think did they lift did
yeah.
they lift any did they lift any title or any special. I can't really think about it yet, but I don't
I
think.
think the only thing I know, I mean, I don't know what happened with that Brazilian team because obviously he didn't play after Ronaldinho left. That was it. The Brazilian team has never been the same. So the Brazilians, I don't know whether I won Copa America, maybe he won Copa America, but obviously only thing that sticks out in my head is that 7-1, and I saw all of them: David Luiz, Marcelo, Thiago. I think Thiago Silva. They were just crying, bro.
Even Oscar was in that
Oscar,
squad,
like bro,
and
how
Neymar.
did they not win anything, fam? They didn't win the World Cup,
Bro,
and obviously Neymar was hot that World Cup, but this one guy broke his back. I was like, bro, what's going on? And it's crazy. But the fact that a team of Marcelo, Dani Alves, David Luiz, who was one of the best centre backs then, Thiago Silva, they had a midfield of I don't know whether Casemiro was playing then. Was playing then now for that 7-1? Was he
Wait,
not
so I
playing?
think
Are we really
Casemiro.
playing?
I think I think it was final year of final
Fernandinho,
also.
you see Fernandinho, like
Yeah.
bro, they had ballers and they still didn't win nothing, fam. They didn't
They
win
had
nothing in
ballers,
terms
man.
of like big trophy. I think they only won, and the Copa America they won like 2 years ago. Like they won in between Argentina's title
Yeah, yeah,
chance.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, that Barcelona team, I mean that Brazilian team definitely flopped in my own opinion because they had the chance, fam. They had us. They even had obviously William. We know what he is, but William was still good. Like
They are
William in his
still
prime.
flopping. They are still flopping till now. Don't worry.
Yeah, I
The,
know. Vinny, you guys
the
are going to run
flopping
your Vinny
continue.
agenda. Your Vinny agenda. I already know what's gonna happen, fam. Thank God the Real
Ah,
Madrid guys know your let's we go stay until like 4 o'clock or 7 o'clock. I don't tire.
bro.
Nah, but if I look at the Brazilian team now, yeah, I don't even know what to tell them to do well. Like I cannot say, okay, put Vinny on the left, put Neymar in the 10, put Rafinha on the right. Like I just think it's all over the place. Like I think they are too focused on enjoying doing yoga bonito or whatever. I don't think they're focused on winning. They're trying to just play good football and enjoy the football, and they stopped thinking about like actually how can we like win the game. You feel me? For example, that game where they play against Croatia, they scored now. Neymar scored, and all of a sudden we're still trying to go and attack. Like, why don't you
Yeah.
just keep the ball ticking, and then you can win fouls. Because I think that was extra time. I don't even think like it was like in this they scored in extra time. So I don't know, man. I wanted Neymar to win World Cup. I really did because. Yeah, for me, Neymar is one of the most underrated player nowadays, especially because of his injuries. So I just wanted Neymar to win World Cup, but I think he's not. I don't think he's gonna win anything.
That Brazil squad just let that guy down, Jerry. That World Cup, Neymar was doing a single. He was carrying the team single-handedly, no help. The rest of them were just playing like robots. It was too crazy.
Do you think this is the same thing? Obviously, me say Messi that time, like when Messi was younger too. It's almost like the same thing. He was playing with guys like Aguero, Lavezzi, Higuain, but they
So
don't win anything. So do you think like now because of say now the same way Messi Neymar they suffer now, like in terms of he needs a team that is playing for him so that he can win instead of
exactly.
it being like oh everybody's trying to do their thing by themselves. I don't know whether you understand what I'm trying to say.
Well, for me, I don't really think it's totally the same thing because the Argentina team had stars. It's just that they didn't know just now to combine the right set of people. I think for
But
the
it's the same
Brazilian
thing.
team, I
Brazil has
think
stars now.
no. I think this current Brazilian team, I don't really
Hmm.
think if you remove the attack, you go back to the midfield. I think they don't just have those names that can properly fit in. Look at now, Casemiro is off form. Who is the replacement for him? They don't have a solid backup for Casemiro. Gumares plays another position, another DM. Paqueta all that good? No. So I don't think because the Argentina team then okay, it was about okay, fixing it, so they just threw everybody into the attack. But I think the Brazilian team they don't even have too many people to fix in the attack because everybody can just slot themselves in directly. But I think they don't just have the quality. Those players don't just have the quality and of course the passion to play for the country. Because if you look currently the Brazilian team, if you look at their left back, their right back, they are still using Danilo that is finished. I be Danilo or Sandro. I can't remember which of them. Those guys
Yeah,
are
Danilo and
those guys.
Alexandro.
Yeah,
Can
those
you
guys
believe
are
that
no, when
Alexandro?
well they're like average footballers normally. Until now they are still playing because why the Brazilian team has failed to find placement for them. The other guy that was supposed to be starting at left back, Renildo, that plays for I think Atletico Madrid, he's not so good himself. You look at their CB, Marquinhos and who, nobody else,
Yeah.
no one
But
else.
I think it's because
Militao has
Militao
been
was
off and
injured,
on and
right?
off. Yeah, he has been on and off and all that. But
That
you
Gabriel
look
guy
at
with
it,
the Arsenal uncle.
yes,
Gabriel.
but I think they are still yet to find the balance in the defense because okay, they have good CBs, but the fullbacks are not good. The midfielders, no question and everything. So I think it's a lot more. It's more than just I think yeah, maybe coaching issue, but Brazilians they don't really go outside
See,
the country
Ajayi,
to
this thing
hire
is
coach.
beyond players. I think the hardest job, yeah, in football, like in general football, the hardest job is international coaching.
Mm.
That's to me has to be like cause these players don't see regularly, they don't train regularly, they don't know each other's strength and each other's weakness as at. That's why when you see teams like Spain, almost all the players in Spain national team are all home based players. So they don't win
Even the
titles.
German
But
national team.
even as even as at these Euros that just passed, I think England could have done better if they had a better coach. You
Of
know,
course, oh, of course,
removing
100%.
removing removing Southgate from the equation. Cause how do you bench Cole Palmer the entire tournament and you were just giving him 20 minutes, 10 minutes max, all of that.
It's because he,
You
he wasn't a good
consistently,
coach to find the balance.
do you understand? You saw consistently that this guy is the game changer. He's always changing the game. Anytime he comes on the pitch, he's always dropping one pass or one dribble or one line breaking pass or something. And you guys still went ahead to go and bench him. Man. So I just think you are now playing Kane. You were forcing Kane on the pitch. Kane was obviously playing rubbish all through the tournament. You were still forcing him. Same thing with Foden and some other players that were not doing so well. So
Yeah.
for Brazil have I think they have all the weapons they need. I don't think I don't think it's too. If you now want to talk about countries like Croatia that don't really even have too many stars, aside, even their golden generation of Modric, Rakitic, and all those
Kovacic.
guys, Kovacic and Perisic too was there,
Yeah, all those
Mandzukic.
guys. Yeah, yeah.
Those
Mandzukic.
guys, those guys were not really like ballers. Like they were not the best players in their clubs. Do you understand? Rakitic was not the best midfielder in his club, and
hmm
although Modric was a Ballon d'Or player and all of that, but the rest of them, Mandzukic was not the best striker in the world. I don't think he was ever the best striker in the
Was
world.
never even considered a best striker in
Do
the
you
world.
understand? It wasn't even that consistent to even talk say. So, but it was just like, oh, this is what we have to do. This is your job. This is it. This is it. And Croatia went to a World Cup final. Play the entire World Cup final. So I don't think it's about players. I don't know. But everything about Brazilian football is just off. It's just
Yeah,
off,
it's not the
bro.
same, bro. It's
It's
not the
not the
same like when
same
we
at
were
all.
growing up, bro. I used to remember I would watch. I just know that I remember I never knew Ronaldinho name, man, but I just know that that guy will get big teeth. Ah, I remember they laugh now. Ronaldinho, you understand?
Do you
Say
get
they
the
don't get
joy?
yeah the joy.
Ah,
They still enjoy playing football, and it's like now it's like
the
Ajayi said,
excitement those guys
it's
bring to the
gone.
pitch is crazy. It's gone already. Cause I even watched recently on Twitter somebody reposted the game the golden generation of Brazil versus Japan as at then. I think that game ended 4-1 also. I didn't watch it as at then. I just watched the highlights of about 8 minutes. And I was watching that was right. I don't know if anyone can remember. I had to go and tweet on my story that bro, Robinho is a fucking player. Like Robinho is a
Yeah,
fucking dribbler.
Robinho, of
Because
course. Why would remember Robinho?
after that highlight, I was like, bro, this guy's actually crazy. Like, bro, look at what Ronaldo as a nine, that's R9. Look at what R9 as a nine was doing. Look at the turns, look at the passes, look at the shots, look at the Ronaldo was just constantly trying to break your defense. It was just, and he didn't even play on the wings in that match. He played as like a 10
Yeah.
behind Delima Ronaldo and then Roberto Carlos were on the pitch. Players like Cafu, all those, they are bro, those
Oh,
guys were
bro,
crazy.
see football,
See,
Cafu, Ronaldinho, R9 on the pitch
see,
in the same
Vash,
time.
Vash, before Brazil started scoring. I think it took them a while because Japan scored first.
Mm-hmm.
But before Japan scored, guy, Brazil were playing with the ball. They were
Mm.
playing football. They were freestyling. Everybody was freestyling. Ronaldo hold the ball, dribble, pass, cross, do something. But immediately Japan scored. You
Yeah,
could
there was
see that
danger.
Omo. They were like, bro, what's going on? I'm gonna show these people ball now. I'm gonna show them
Mm.
Joga Bonito. You understand that kind? Brazil pays them like 4 goals after that one. So I
Nah,
just don't
Brazil.
see that. I don't see that flair in this generation anymore. Cause
Yeah,
man,
it's not the same, fam. That's
it's
why.
not. It's not the same.
That's why me, I like Yamal. When I watch Yamal and he plays out there outside of the foot pass, I'm like, bro, he does it so effortlessly. It's like, bro, that's kind of things like you don't see consistently, and you see players like him. Like I won't lie, Vinny, yeah, I like Vinny. Like I do like Vinny, but this season I've been looking at him like, bro, what happened to you, fam? Like you get the ball and you're trying to dribble and you lose it and you start arguing with someone that is not even there, probably talking to the referee,
Like,
talking to the
bro,
like, bro, enjoy your
it's a
game. Just
lot.
get
It's a
up,
lot.
start playing. Like football, you start, you fall, you stand. Like I watched him last season. I was telling my brother I was watching him against Bayern last season. I don't know if you know, like they scored first. Remember how Davis scored in the second leg, and I saw that like what's his name, Vinny saying, "Give me the ball." And then people were looking at him like, bro, you have like two people on you. He said, no, 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 just give me the ball. Like I saw him literally telling people like, pass, like when they say pasala, pasala. I was just like, bro, this guy wanted the ball every single moment so he can do something. And it's like now I watch him, I'm like, bro, I don't see that fun that he wants to bring to the game. And again, you look at the Brazilian just as a team in general, like Ajayi was saying, before we go know who they play right back, who they play left back, or how their formation is because their sets, they're all there, like their stars and all of them. When they play, like you said, they'll first play you, and when it's time to score, they'll ginger. Like their mentality will switch. And that's what I was saying earlier. Like
Mm,
I feel like now their mentality is like, oh, let's just play and we'll enjoy it. But when they start losing, they're like, oh, we don't know what to do. Like there's no balance, like you said. So like, okay, now let's go back, settle down, and now, go and score our goal. So I don't know. I hope they win to this next year. That the one I'm waiting for next year is World Cup. But again, I'm not banking. I'm not going to put any money on that. If I'm if I'm trying to do anything, I'm not going to put any money on that because they're probably going to lose. So yeah, they're just not the same, and Brazilians are not coming out the same. Like even Endrick, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, and I'm not trying to diss Endrick. I like the guy, like he's a young guy, he's like 16, but I'm looking at him like they call you Brazilian sensation. Where's the sensation where they see from you? All it's anything I see now short, they boom. Every time we see ball, now boom, boom. I'm like, bro, you never dribble one person for game, oh. He has never tried to dribble someone in a game. He's just boom, boom, like shot everywhere. I don't know if you saw that goal in the Champions League that he scored. That is shot from one far distance that the keeper punched it and punched it side post. I'm like, if you lost that ball and you didn't score, that's a stupid shot from that far. I know it's 17 or 18. It's probably 16, I'll be 17. But it's like, bro, you can't be shooting and they're calling you Brazilian sensation. Like, this is not what I'm used to. Brazilian sensation was Oscar. You remember Oscar when he was young, megging
mm.
people. Like,
Chelsea
bro, people even
Oscar.
forget Orc. People forget Orc. Orc. Remember when you could play Orc for PS2? If you shoot with Orc like this, you could know it's not go. People
Yeah,
know they catch them. Like guys like that, like people that used to like just play football. Even Robinho, I don't think people know how good Robinho is, bro. Like Robinho
bro,
played with
that
them
guy is.
Ronaldinho, and people did not understand because obviously people look at Ronaldinho and look at other guys, but Robinho was so good. It's a joke. Like nowadays, you just look at Brazilians, you're like, who are you? Even and obviously, all me and you don't they argue on top the group chat, but like even Rafinha, like the reason why I look at him, I'm like, bro, I don't still see. I see obviously now he's improved. Like I said, he's improved. There's no doubt, but that enjoyment and that flair Brazilians they bring to the game, all of them are just, and maybe that's where the
The
game is
game is
turning to.
gone, bro. The game is gone. The game is
Now
gone.
stats now
I,
people just
start, yeah. And another issue again is that these days coaches are, I think coaches are implementing a new style because those days
system.
you see a winger, you call yourself a winger, they give you the ball and you are passing the ball back. Why can't you take on that player? Why you are not even double. It's not as if they are
They're
double
doubling you.
marking you or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Somebody just gives and now Guardiola will go hold responsible for all these things because he changed a lot of new football philosophy and all of that. Players are not giving. And I know they give players that. that mobility or give
That
them that
freedom, the
enjoy that
freedom.
freedom. Yeah, freedom is the word. Give
Yeah.
them that freedom, make they enjoy themselves, make they play. Now why people they just give this they just give this man you Anthony they just give him small freedom, say making sure himself small. The guy, people now, he no can dey use am well. People can dey curse am say you no sabi play ball. But that is the freedom that Brazilians were actually like born with. Their
Yeah.
football is their football is all about freedom. And if not for freedom, you wouldn't see most of those skills that Neymar was doing.
Imagine Ronaldinho in a system, in Guardiola's system, where you had to
You
pass the ball,
get
pass the ball, pass the ball
where
like
you
10
have to.
times.
No, he's not going to enjoy it. He's not going to enjoy it.
It
Ronaldinho's
will not
ball
even be
is more.
Ronaldinho now.
Yeah, exactly. He's not going to. You're not going to. Player like play when you see wingers like this guy, this Grealish guy. They will just
Oh
hold all these
yeah.
robotic wingers. They will just hold ball. The next thing they have passed it back to defense or they passed it. I don't know. They can't dribble. You can't take on your man. You can't take on one on one. Like more reasons why even Lamine himself, Yamal is talked about because he takes on his fullbacks actually, and he actually dribbles them sometimes, you know. But sometimes he passes back. It's part of the game. But that freedom is not there again. That's what I think.
Mm,
That
nah,
freedom is not there.
nah, they've taken it out. Everybody's playing. Even Grealish that you mentioned, like Grealish now, like I look at him, I'm like, it's crazy because I saw him at Aston Villa and everybody was like, let's buy this guy. Everybody was talking about buying him. But you watch him now, you're like, what's going on? He just takes the ball, do that once, move, 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 turn back pass. Move, 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 turn back pass. And it's like, it's almost like they've drilled it into in his head, and he said it about Guardiola. I think when he won his first league title or second league title, he said, "I'm always thinking about not losing the ball because Guardiola doesn't want you to lose the ball. So I'm always thinking about not losing the ball, and that's why I'm passing." Even Thierry Henry, bro, remember Thierry Henry? I don't know if you've seen that video where Thierry Henry was like, "Oh, I was playing on the right or left. I forgot where he said he was playing, but he said he was playing on the side." And for Guardiola, if he puts you in a system, he wants you to stay on your side of the pitch, you know. And Thierry wasn't getting the ball, and he said he went to the other side to go get the ball, and he scored a goal from doing that, like 1-2 with Messi, combining with Messi. And you know, Guardiola took him off at halftime, saying, "No, you're not playing because you're not listening to me. You're not playing our style of play." I was like, "Bro,
That's
why
crazy.
was this Thierry Henry from Arsenal that was killing defenders? He went to go and combine with Messi, scored a goal, but you're saying because he's not doing your style of play, you're gonna take him out." Nah, and I hate it now because you're right. Guardiola has ruined some of the things, and it's not his fault because he did not tell people to copy him. But even all these small teams like Southampton, they're trying to force people to play out from the back. I'm like, you lose goals, you don't have the quality. You are fighting relegation. You are doing player from the back. Every day you guys lose goals, and you still keep doing the same as our style of play, and you're losing money. And
Guy,
it's
the
like,
funniest, the funniest was against Liverpool, guy.
bro,
Southampton was trying
against
to play from
Liverpool,
the back against fucking Salah and Darwin Nunes, all those fast players that will press you and press you and press you until you lose the ball. This Luis Diaz guy, bro, they were just trying to pass out from the back, and Liverpool were just, choking them in their box, and they lost a great number.
but they lost a
So
goal
even
and they still did it again. I was like,
they still
nah, this is
continue.
mad. In the same game, you lost the goal in the same game and you still try to pass it from the back. And I get passing out from like obviously I did play for a team. So when we pass out from the back, the coach will say is to bring the opponents towards your goal. So you have space in behind. So what happens
Yeah.
is when you bring them towards your goal, you look for the player that has the pass and the touch. Like we're always trying to find that player in our midfield that can either turn or the player in our defense that can turn and pass the ball. So you want to try to find the wingers running in behind or the striker running in behind if you can. But if you can't, you bring them closer, you pass it from the back so you have more time to like attack them. Now, if there's no space to attack, we go long. We just tell everybody go up, go long. But I wonder why people in professional football pass out from the back because sometimes it's useless. I'm like, you guys have someone running in behind, but you don't pass the ball. So why are you actually passing out from the back if you're not good? There's no a purpose. It's almost like we just pass out from the back because it's beautiful to do. You know what I mean? Like it's because of everybody says, okay, let's pass it from the back, let's just do it. Because I was Southampton. What's your reason actually? Because if you do pass it from the back, are you going to score from passing out from the back? No. So why can't
The
you just go
passing out
long?
from the back, safe. Can you even maintain it? Do you have the players that can maintain that passing?
Exactly.
Do you, are you sure you have? Are you forcing? Are you playing that style because it's your style, or you are playing because your players? You actually have to find your players' strengths and weaknesses and play by that. Because if you keep playing by just your own philosophy and not your players' strengths, you will actually just cast. That's what I
Yeah.
feel. So you need to find
Yeah.
those players if you actually hold the ball, if you actually pass the ball, if you actually uh that's why to me I would still pick a centre back that has good passing abilities over a rough or a I don't
Back
know.
to
I
the
don't know
Ramos
how,
thing, Abby.
no. I'll still
You
I'll
shall find way to circle back all the way back to Ramos.
any day of the week I would pick a ball playing or a
Centre back.
passing centre back because I know you need it. It's a need. Sometimes back as if you choke us for back. Don't be every time our own passing from back they come outside.
Yeah,
If
of
you
course. Even though you're
choke us,
technically good.
even if you are technically clubs like PSG press, there's a way I don't know if you guys there's a way PSG used to press that is just so different. They press, I don't know how to explain. Maybe because Enrique knows our style a lot. But that last game against PSG, even before the red card, there was a way they were pressing us, and even against Bayern too this season, there was a way before we started putting in those goals, there was a way Bayern was pressing us and pressing us. I was even scared that are you sure we're going to make it out alive? Because it's not looking good here. The way we're just, but you still saw players like Pau Kubasi, bro, throwing passes out.
Baller.
He
That guy
was
is a good
throwing, he
baller. I
was
like him.
throwing passes out of the box, yards away from our post. And having players like Rafa, where they hungry, where they run like dog. Those players go chase that ball and they go catch him. Just have that passer, just that one passer in your center back. And Inigo Martinez too is not a dog. He's also a passer. Even though he's not as good as Kubasi, but he's a passer too. And he throws long balls and all of that. So that's why I go see rate my ball playing center backs over your red card merchant or what have you. So that's just it. And it would be good if you can even have those two players in one person, like have a good tackler and a passer in one player. So that's it.